gets beaten for praying. Can't wear hijab, gets beaten for wearing proper hijab. SubhanAllah. So be respectful to your parents, because this is the second most important thing after Tawheed. Part of Tawheed is to be respectful. Right? So please keep that in mind. Be good to your fathers and mothers. Even if they make a mistake, remember, you were crapping on their hands and show collapse and everything when you were a kid, and they didn't say anything, and they cleaned you. They cleaned your feces. At least give them respect for that. SubhanAllah, you don't think about it sometimes. How do you feel? You know, if somebody was to tell you your father or mother got, you know, sometimes it can happen. Old parents, they get paralyzed, something terrible happens. You got to do that to them. So they did this for you. At least give them that much respect. Yeah, go ahead, bro.
I go to college and I have a lot of friends I hang out with that are, you know, that are Muslim by name, but they're Muslim, and a lot of them, without saying too much, because they're little kids have lustful addictions, if you know what I mean.
Yeah, yeah.
And this is a growing epidemic, and I wonder what can be done for, let's say, someone who has a lustful addiction. What can be done for them to get out of it?
Yeah. Well, the brother raises a good question. And SubhanAllah, truth be told, this is not a problem with brothers, because some sisters do have the same problem. You know, it sounds very embarrassing, but that is the reality of the world we live in. Well, obviously, it's the fear of Allah that's missing in their life. Secondly, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala says in the Quran, زُيِّنَ لِلنَّاسِ حُبُّ شَهَوَاتِ مِنَ النِّسَاءِ. This is the way Allah created man. We desire, we covet the things of this dunya, and the very first thing we run after are women. That's, you know, she stole my heart. She'll steal a lot more for you too, you know. but you have to keep it under control. Be mindful of Allah. And the most important thing, you can resist things today, tomorrow, day after, a week, month, fast. As the Prophet ﷺ said, the greatest way to suppress your desires is by fasting. Because when you're fasting, you're hungry. You're not really in the mood for anything. You just want to eat when iftar time comes. So that is the greatest protection, fasting. Encourage them to fast. Whether it's brothers or sisters, doesn't matter. Second, you have to be open with your parents. That I have desires, I'm 20, 21, whatever it may be. Help me get married. I don't want to fall into zina. This is the only solution. Being religious, of course, but your mind, your emotions, your body has desires. The only legal way to fulfill them is through marriage. And parents are supposed to facilitate that means. But that's like a growing problem in every community you go to. Brothers and sisters want to get married, but their parents don't understand. No, finish your education first, this, that. SubhanAllah, we're talking about 3-4 years. That's plenty of time for shaitan to knock on your son's or daughter's door. Plenty of time. So fasting is a protection. Marriage is a protection. And of course, the greatest protection is the iman itself. So this is something that you have to be open about with your parents. That I'm gonna, you know, I'm begging you. You're my father and mother. Help me and prevent me from falling into zina. I know, mashallah, a brother. He got married right after he graduated high school, and his parents, you know, hooked him up with another sister who graduated from high school, whatever it was. They were just 18. They went to college together, the same university. The girl's father was taking care of her financially, and the guy's father was taking care of her. You're gonna do it anyways. But let them be together, it prevents fitna. Now, mashallah, they graduated, both have a job. Of course, now they're on their own. But subhanallah, you see the wisdom? So you as parents need to think, what is more important? And subhanallah, zina is one of the kaba'ir. It is not a simple sin that you can just shrug off. It is one of the worst sins a person can commit. So as a father, as a mother, it is a responsibility, it is an amana. Your kids are an amana from Allah. It's your job to protect them. But of course, When you want to do that, you have to be open about who or what type of person they like. You can't bring a girl that is fit for you. No, he needs to marry someone he can live with for the rest of his life. Or she can live with for the rest of her life as with a husband. You have to be open-minded. Many times we find parents, they want to take this step of marriage. They have no idea what their kids are into, what their mentality is like, what do they like, their dislikes, and then they hook them up with somebody just because it's his cousin or her cousin or his best friend's daughter or whatever it may be, and they have nothing in common. And the marriage is a disaster. And Muslim families are suffering. Don't think divorce is something, it's a high rate among the kuffar. No, even in Muslim families nowadays, it's increasing. And the root cause is lack of compatibility. People have no say. You find brothers, subhanAllah, we know who they are. They're hooking up with girls here. Okay, you know, brother, why don't you straighten up your act, seek forgiveness, get married. No, I can't, I gotta marry my cousin. I was already married to her when I was a kid. You know, everybody settled it out. So, subhanAllah, what is this? You know? It's like from Jahiliyyah. So this is how many families are. And mashallah, as parents realize this, and especially as fathers and mothers of daughters, the way the Salaf used to do, the righteous predecessors, they'd go around in the masjid, you know, I have a daughter, I'm looking for a nice guy for her, this, that. Nowadays, even if you very politely go to a man's house, I'm interested in your daughter, how dare you come to my house, you know, what do you, give me a heads up, they get angry. It's out of the love, it strikes them that I have to say bye to my daughter. Alhamdulillah, that's good love, but sometimes they go overboard. As a father, you have to be the one initiating. You are the wali of your daughter. Come to the masajid. MashaAllah, we have a whole Baskin Robbins in the masjid, you know. Muslims from all different colors and flavors. You're bound to find someone good for your daughter. Doesn't have to be from your village all the time. So you have a choice, wide range of choice. Maybe you're from Pakistan, the Pakistanis in your town aren't really husband material. Okay, look for an Egyptian or Somali or whatever it may be. But the point is, as a wali, you have to find the best Muslim man for your daughter. And wallahi, brothers, especially the fathers and mothers of daughters, you know this world is very tough for women. We have vicious vultures waiting out there. Some of them are even disguised with the beard and thobes. I'm going to share another story. Because sometimes we read a hadith, it doesn't strike us. We need to face something of reality. I got this sister married. I performed the marriage. MashaAllah, the brother, his son's a professor at the university, good family, you know, you would expect. I see him in the masjid, comes to the Jummah, comes to the masjid all the time, came to the halaqat. So I thought, okay, I see him all the time. I've been seeing him for 3-4 years. So the sister was saying, you know, this brother approached my family, what do you think of him? I said, I see him all the time in the masjid, that's as much as I know. His father's very religious, he's educated, comes from an educated family, this, that. So I did their marriage. About 5 to 6 months later, I was in another masjid an hour away from the town. So I finished the dars, and I saw that sister. I'm like, what are you doing here? This is like an hour away from your... So the moment I said that, she started crying. I was like, oh, something happened. It's like, remember you did my marriage like 6 months ago? I'm like, yeah, what happened? We found out my husband has a child out of wedlock with a kafir girl. And he's been arrested because he tried to rob a car. That was the last marriage I did. After that, I just, you know, no, I was like, it's not my fault, but, you know, it's like, it really hurt my feelings a lot, like, subhanAllah, man, you know. So if any time people come and tell me, yo, brother, can you do it? Nope, I'm not going to do it. Thank you. You know, I'm not going to do it. You know, so this is not, so subhanAllah, good family, good education, practicing Muslim, it seems like, on paper. You don't know who the people are. That's why, as a wali, as a father, go out and check. SubhanAllah, once a man came to Umar and asked about a guy that was in the masjid. Is he good for my daughter? Umar saw him in the masjid all the time. He said, I can't say if he's good because I don't know how he is in business dealings. You have to know everything about the brother. How he is with money, his character. Because the Prophet ﷺ, what did he say? You have to be pleased with the person's deen wa khuluquhu, and his manners. How does he deal with other people? And the best way to check, brothers and sisters, see how this man is with his mother and sister. Because if a man doesn't know how to respect his own mother and his own sister, will not respect your daughter. See how he is with his mother. But a lot of times what happens, parents lie about their kids when it comes to marriage. You know, you go to somebody, my daughter's the greatest cook, she'll cook everything for you. Then you get married to her, she can't cook anything. My son, oh, he was an athlete in school, he had a GPA of 4.0, this, that, he majored in 3, nothing. So parents kind of overpraise their children. Marriage is one of the few times when ghiba, backbiting, is allowed. Say all the negative things about that person. Are you comfortable with his, the weaknesses that he or she has? Can you live with this person for the rest of your life knowing that he or she has these flaws? Yes. Okay, then you go ahead and do it. So facilitate the marriage, make it easy, and as parents, because you have more experience, you can advise your kids that don't just be fooled, don't judge a book by its cover. Don't do that. But at the same time, brothers and sisters, if you know that decent people, a decent brother came to you, approached marriage, because a lot of times sisters, they're kind of wacky. They make Salatul Istikhara today, okay, I feel good, let's go. Let's talk, let's proceed. You come to my house, meet my parents. Then they'll make Salatul Istikhara again about the same issue 2 weeks later. I don't feel good. Brother, we need to stop, we can't talk no more. Then she makes Salatul Istikhara again. I had a good dream. Okay, you know what? Okay, let's proceed. We don't want to know what you were dreaming, but you know what? That's what it is. If you're making Salatul Istikhara about the same issue 20 times, there's something wrong with you. There's an issue, make Istikhara, move on. Another issue, another Istikhara, move on. This is from the Sunnah. If you are making Istikhara about the same issue, and same man 15, 20 times, sister, you know what? Save yourself and save yourself from doing dhulm and save him from being hurt. Don't do that. A lot of times we don't realize that we end up in that prospecting stage, you end up hurting the feelings of the other person. You can't do that. It has to be a balanced approach, has to be mutual respect. If it works, alhamdulillah. If it doesn't, we are still brothers and sisters. Our families are still Muslims brothers and sisters of one another. We will, end it in peace. We talked, it didn't work, alhamdulillah, we didn't get married and then figure all this out. Be very respectful of one another. A lot of times you find sisters, and it's unfortunate. This culture really has a way of controlling our minds. They like to be a tease. Make the brother fall in love, it can happen. It's emotional things. It's in a prospecting stage. All of us said, no, I don't feel good anymore. That's it, Assalamu alaikum. It's not so easy for everybody. Some people have weak hearts, soft hearts, not weak hearts. Other people are hard-hearted. So be respectful of one another, be wise in the way you approach things, and go about it. Anything from the sisters? Nothing? Everything's fine, no more questions, inshallah? Okay, well, your brother.
Secular curriculum students, but I have a concern because I live in 408 and find out what would be your perspective on homeschooling from a child?
Well, the brother's asking about homeschooling. Even they did studies in America that homeschool kids perform the best academically even when they go to college. They finish high school faster, they graduate faster, and they perform the best. So, but homeschooling, as I said, the thing is, as parents, you need to be a lot more serious when you homeschool your kids. If there's a good Muslim school around nearby, alhamdulillah, that's great, Allah has saved you. But if it's too far away, or what you were saying, sometimes it's financially difficult, which is understandable. But again, as parents, obviously you want to go the extra mile in trying to protect your kids from the filth as much as you can. So homeschooling, obviously, it's a very good thing if you can do it right. And at the same time, I would advise, if you are homeschooling your kids, unless you have 10, 12 kids of your own, bring them to the masjid all the time so they learn social skills. Okay, because a lot of times what happens to parents, I've seen homeschooled families, when their son or daughter goes to college, he has no idea, he's very shy. Okay, girls, alhamdulillah, it's good if they are shy, but even the guy, he just doesn't know how to even talk with other Muslims. He's like lonely and this and that, and this will start playing with people's minds later on. So teach them social skills, take them out, visit other families, invite other families to your house. Whenever you come to the masjid, let them come. Let them hang around here on the weekends, make some friends in the masjid. So they learn these social skills. But homeschool, it's a very good option. Even the kuffar praise it. This is a great way to protect your kids if a Muslim school is too far away or financially not feasible for you. But you have to be serious. You and your wife sit down, think about it really well. That if you're working, your wife's at home, is she able to, inshallah, cover the material? If not, you might have to go get private tutors to come in every now and then. And this is something actually a good opportunity even for, let's say, the brothers and sisters who are in university. Maybe you can, if you're good at whatever your field you're majoring in, get a job, get a halal job. Pass out the message. If people are homeschooling their kids, you can inshallah be a private tutor. This is a good halal income for you. And it will increase your experience in what you're learning. So, this way it builds, gives Muslims more opportunities to stick to one another. So because the point of homeschooling your kid is obviously you want to protect them. So rather than bringing in a non-Muslim teacher who also comes with their ideas, you want to see if there's Muslims available. Sure, if they're teaching you science, you want them to teach science with an Islamic background, So look for that, and as I said, I really encourage this from the brothers and sisters who are in college, university. Give it's like a good income for you on the side. It's good experience, and plus, inshallah, you're making a means for Muslims to help one another, inshallah. All right. Any more questions? No, nothing. All right. So inshallah, and before I end, I'd like to thank you again for organizing this and inviting me. As I said, I really enjoyed my time here. It's my first time. Hopefully, it's not my last time, inshallah. And mashallah, you brothers and sisters are very friendly people. So may Allah always keep you this way and only make you better. And even if we never see each other again, may we all see each other on Yawm al-Qiyamah, going towards Jannah bi-idhnillah. Thank you very much for everything, and especially the sister Amira, very hardworking sister, mashallah. So, may Allah bless her and give her good in this life and the hereafter.
How can one contact you, brother?
Oh yeah, you can take my email, Facebook, whatever, but I don't tweet. Facebook is my limit. I don't have time to do all that. So I have a public page on Facebook. Anytime you guys have a question, you like it, ask me questions, email me anytime you want. If you want my number, you can, take it. That's not a problem, brothers and sisters. Anytime you have a problem, a question, you need any help, advice, feel free to email me. I'll get back to you. All right?